All right, we are live a little early, and I want to see how things start coming together. I'm just going to double check some settings, see if we get some people to join in here, make sure audio is working, and if I need to, I will go and put things back on um, the lav mic. Right now, I'm on my primary mic. Let's see if we can get some chat stuff going on here. Um, All right. So far, I don't see anybody in here. Give folks just a couple of minutes to join on here as we go. All right. It looks like things are live on the other side. I'm going to turn the volume down just so I don't get too much in the way of echo. We'll give people a couple of minutes to join on here. It's really funny to watch the lag here. So, for those of you who've not done a restream before or a live stream on a combination of YouTube and LinkedIn, and we're doing this through restreams technology. There's a little bit of a lag, and we can see that lag over. I can see the lag over here on this side. And what's funny about it is I am seeing a lag that is just about 45 seconds. So for those who are going to join in a little bit later, I'm going to go ahead and get things started and just talk specifically about how do we assess ourselves and determine whether or not or why a thing we're not progressing for our plans. How can we use a thing like a mirror to reflect on what we're doing, what we're not doing to determine why we're not achieving results. This is the game phase. And the first part of the assessment is focus. Focus. Are we actually focusing time, energy, and attention in the right place? Are we doing the right things in the right order? Are we allowing ourselves to get distracted by other shiny things that pull us into another area? And sometimes are those distractions the kinds of things that get us that end up being what we might think are positive, but ultimately what we're doing is we're procrastinating. So, number one, let's assess our focus and give ourselves a score of 1 to 5. 1 meaning we're not focused at all, and 5 being we are super focused, we're stay keeping the mission, keeping our time, energy, and attention on the right things. So let's first assess our focus. Where are we focusing attention? Give yourself a rating of 1 to 5. 1 meaning I'm not very focused, 5 being I am extremely focused. So number 1, F, focus, and that scale 1 to 5. The next thing I wanna do is I wanna double check, say, are we aligned? Are we actually aligned whether as an individual who's focused on getting better at the thing that we're working on, or as a team who's focused on getting better at the thing we're working on, are we actually aligned on the specific things we should be doing and the order that we should be doing those things? Hey, let's assess our alignment. Now, what does alignment mean? Alignment means, what are we are our definitions the same? Is there agreement on strategy? How aligned? Do we all agree? Do we agree with ourselves? Is the work that we're doing, the tactics that we're doing, where we're focusing our effort, is it aligned with that strategy and ultimately the goal? And think about this in the context when we get into the game plan, it's a 3 by 3. You have your goal, you have your 3 actions, your 3 strategies, and then you have your 3 tactics associated with each of those that help you execute on your strategy. The metrics you're looking at to determine whether or not, you're doing the right work, and then when you assess that, is the work actually working? So, first, focus, let's assess ourselves. Second, alignment, let's assess ourselves. And then the third is third, are we clear about the actual work? Are we clear about the actual work? Do we have clarity around what those that strategy and tactics are? It's one thing to be aligned. It's another thing, if we're not aligned, then let's go back and start looking at the clarity components, and these all build together. So we start with focus. Are we focusing on doing the right things? And have we put our attention in the right area, 1 to 5? Are If we're focused, are we aligned on where we're putting our attention, 1 to 5? And then if we are aligned, do we have clarity around what our understanding is around the strategy and tactics that we're focused on? So, again, assessment, 1 to 5 focus, 1 to 5 alignment, 1 to 5 clarity, and then the last one, the effort, the E stands for effort. Are we actually doing the work? Are we putting the effort in to get the things done? If we're not putting the effort in, if we're not doing the work, if we're not actually focused on getting those things done, actually doing the work, then how can we expect the work to work? Again, focus, alignment, clarity, effort. Assess ourselves 1 to 5 on each of those. If you find that you're a 1 in focus, then, where to put your time, energy, and attention. If you find yourself that you're a 5 on alignment, the lack of focus, then don't worry as much about the alignment. Focus time, energy, and attention on where you're focusing, removing distractions. If you're missing on those first 2, let's make sure we gain clarity and address things from that perspective. And if we're on the focus, the alignment, and the clarity, then let's take a look at the effort and look at the level of effort and find out, is there something more that we can do relative to the way that we're delivering ourselves to work, presenting ourselves inside the work, or do we need to change some things? So this is your game face assessment. I just got some feedback that some of the audio is kind of coming in and out. I'll double check to make sure we've got things set up. It looks like things are set up properly on this end. I guess I'll go back through and I'll watch the recording and see where things missed. I do not see people in the room, so I'm not getting any feedback or comments yet. I'm gonna double check here and see if I can get any of the comments in here. I'm not seeing any comments thus far, so I may end up wrapping this thing up a little bit early. Again, this is our assessment, our game face assessment, our opportunity to reflect, look ourselves in the mirror, and determine, do we have our game face on? Is our focus there? Are we aligned? Do we have clarity? Are we putting in the effort? When you assess yourself against those areas, you could start to determine the reality will things will become a little bit more real on where you should be putting time, energy, and attention. There's always a process, there's always a system. The challenge is determining whether or not that system or process is allowed to build itself organically, or if you've put it together based on design. If you're looking for someone to help you with putting these things together based on design, I'm here and I'm happy to help. We can work through the game plan, goal setting and execution through clarity and focus. Talk about a tool like Game Face to determine to assess ourselves, personal assessment on where our challenges are, where they exist. And if you're interested in working directly with me, I've announced this uh, a couple weeks back that we're going to do a 90-day cohort of the game plan. That 90-day cohort kicks off on May 13th. That kicks off on Monday. It will includes 4 group sessions for anybody who's part of the cohort and 6 one-on-one coaching sessions. Those coaching sessions will happen every 2 weeks. We'll operate in the context of 2-week sprints, and I guarantee to you that you will make progress. We will make progress together on a goal that you are working on attempting to achieve. This is a program that would work really well for that new sales leader inside your organization. If you've got a new sales leader that you've hired on, who you've put out there, kind of thrown them in the deep end to see whether or not they can sink or swim and work through things, this becomes a great way for them to be able to work with me directly and leverage some of the experience that I have from a revenue leadership perspective. If you're a new business owner, you are a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, you're just starting to build something out and you're kind of struggling with, are you spending time, energy, and attention on the right things, doing those things, the right things in the right order? You feel stuck on some of the objectives that you've laid out, and you're looking for a little bit of assistance, coaching. You're looking for someone to go along with you, an accountability partner. This is the kind of program that will help you as a small business owner, as a founder, as an executive inside a business who's working to either build from a self perspective or build in a team perspective. And then the third area really is that person who's out there who either has taken on a new role or is thinking about their next role. They're struggling with the what's next perspective. That what's next perspective is tough. It's hard to, many of us struggle with what's next. We have all these ideas around where we want to go and how we want to do it and where we'd like to make an impact out there. We struggle with kind of putting pen to paper and kind of working through a lot of the noise that we get caught up on. And I would like to help you. And I think the game plan cohort that we're launching here in May will be really helpful. The challenge that I'm looking to solve for with this one is um, the process and the system works when you do the work. The challenge with getting the work done is it's really easy to get distracted. It's really easy to have something else. It's really easy to have another priority come in. And that's where the direct accountability partnership can really help. And my commitment is to helping you to work through that problem that you're looking to solve for, that challenge you're looking to overcome, that goal you're looking to achieve, that progress that you're looking to make. So if that sounds like you, it's something you're interested in, let's work together on the game plan. If you're not ready to work together and you want to go through some of the free content, you just do a search for Game Plan and Catalyst or Game Plan and Simmons. You'll find a number of resources that are out there. My direct messages are also open in case if there are any questions that are out there as well. I want to thank you for joining on. If you had a chance to join on, I want to thank you if you had a chance to watch the replay of this. Sales is a thinking process. Business is a thinking process. Life is a thinking process. How are you thinking differently about